The year is 2020. The juggernaut Joe Joyce, despite being 11-0, is one of the most feared fighters in the heavyweight division. After knocking out the respectable once-upon-a-time title contender Alexander Ustinov and destroying former WBO NABO title holder Bryant Jennings on points, many seem afraid to fight the man who's built up a promisingly great early professional resume. But one man is willing to accept the challenge. Heavy hitter Daniel Dubois, regarded at the time to be one of the greatest prospects in the sport, decided to do what many were too afraid to do. Could Dynamite Dubois blow up the juggernaut? Or was Joyce fireproof and ready to lay in some heavy artillery of his own? Welcome back to Boxing After Dark, where today we're looking at a fight that cemented the paths for both Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois' careers. Was the juggernaut too old for the sport? Going professional at the age of 31? Or was Triple D too young and green to take on such a big battle at the age of 23 with little to no experience against world title contenders? Let's get into it. Whilst Dubois had only turned pro 3 years prior to the matchup at 20 years young, many believed him to be a fighter worth keeping an eye out for, with devastating power and a slickness in the ring that could make his fights truly captivating. Many believed him to be a man destined for greatness in the heavyweight division.
I want to win in devastating fashion. The only way for me to do that is to KO him, stop him and break him down.
Joyce, whilst turning professional at such a late age, raised many eyebrows. It was obvious he was talented. With an extremely hyped-up amateur record of 55, 11 with some big wins against future professionals, and some notable losses to the likes of Alexander Usyk, many recognized his amazing power and ability to win rounds whenever put under pressure, and after his infamous robbery to Tony Yoka in the 2016 Summer Olympics, he gained much more mass appeal due to his slow but methodical and dangerous fighting approach.
We're both going to want to knock each other out, and if we see an opportunity, we'll go for it.
The pre-fight build-up was iconically Joe Joyce, famous for being one of the more questionable trash talkers of recent times. It was filled to the brim of unintentional comedic genius.
I think it's like equally, it's no risk, no reward, and it's like, it's from both sides, it's roughly the same. It's a 50-50 fight. I obviously think I'm going to win. Daniel obviously thinks he's going to win. It's going to be explosive fight. There's going to be punches traded. Someone's going to go down by the end of the night, and someone's going to have their hand raised, and that's probably going to be me.
The fight came on the 28th of November of 2020, despite the festivities in the air and the happy aroma leading up the fight. On the night it was dark with a biting freeze to it. With no crowd due to the restrictions around the world at the time, the fight was going to be intense, quiet, and calculated. After a touch of gloves, they both seemed confident and conformed to fight. And then the bell rang.
Here we go. Will Dubois do as many people predict and just go in there looking for the big early punch?
Dubois' jab is very good indeed. It's accurate.
Wouldn't be a surprise if they just take a look at each other in these early seconds. Sorry,
it's Daniel, because
Joyce doing okay in the early stages of this first round. There's a better jab from Dubois. A little bit of reddening around the face of Dubois already from the accuracy of this left-hand lead of Joe Joyce.
Mistake, gets away with it there. It's clever boxing from Joyce at the moment. He's boxing at distance. He's not coming over the front foot too often, you see, John. For me, he's just got that round.
Joyce with the early advantage, and now Dubois comes forward, trying to land bigger shots, and trying to impose himself maybe physically.
Get closer to Joyce.
That's a good right hand from Dubois. It's been a tactical battle thus far. Joyce just trying to take the rhythm out of Dubois with that left-hand lead.
Dubois, and that's a better right hand. Just first real good shot on Joyce there.
Referee hadn't said break when they appeared to be
a little bit more pleased.
This time it's Joyce who wants to backpedal.
Going to take the sting out of the punch. There was an example there.
Far out of that right hand, last few seconds. Couple of shots.
Dubois puts his foot on the gas going into the second round as he dominates the ring and throws some beautiful punches to the face of Joyce. Joe handles them well and stays at range, picking off some more jabs. But Daniel stays on the offensive and comes out of the second round looking much more alive.
1 round apiece. Richie's got it at this point. Fireworks are going to come, you can be sure. There's a good right hand from Dubois. He's looking for him now, and another. And
yeah, I think Dubois has got to move his head just a little bit more. He's reddening on his face. Those are the jabs from Joyce. And two from Dubois that's causing the big problems.
As a senior out for no reason, he's a big... It's a better jab from Dubois.
But it's Joe
Joyce has been stronger, but now a couple of decent headshots from Dubois. Well, good round. And a good round in the latter stages for Joe Joyce. Round showed that renowned strength and power as we move now into the fourth. Judges, they're the ones.
round before against Kevin Johnson. You know, he has improved in his stamina, but most...
That's good from Joyce, doubling up on that left-hand lead. And
his jab is, and he's out jabbing Dubois.
well, it's a big weapon for Dubois, and it's being taken away from him right now by Joe Joyce. Historic church hat, and you can really hit.
He's just picking up the points. See, that one missed there, but he's picking up the points. Joe Joyce with these jabs. There's another one.
And as he goes back to the corner, you can see the face of Daniel Dubois is really marking up.
Round 4 finds itself a calculative cool-down round of sorts for the fighters. Joyce once again works on his magnificent jab as he slowly begins to damage the face of Triple D. His precision seems to be his main focus, yet the power of the jab is still on full display.
That's better from Dubois. Good jab, followed by the overhand right.
John, he's starting to find that right hand again now.
That's in the Joe thing to be dealt with.
I think Dubois starting to make Joe should set up.
Lead from Dubois on this now.
No, you're right there, John, but there, good work again from Daniel Dubois.
Joyce's stature. That's better from Dubois.
Yeah, he's having a better round here. On a lot of occasions, cracking right hand there from Dubois.
And Daniel Dubois, you can see that swelling of the left eye, but he's had a good round as we move now into the 6th round.
He's just reminding to the left with his head and then whips that right hand over. That's a good shot again from Dubois.
Daniel Dubois is having to eat so many of those jabs.
Dubois again, he slowed his feet down.
And again, that left eye begins to swell more. Good shot from Dubois, nice right hand. Flow. Well, another interesting round, this one. Good from range for Joyce. A lot of these rounds have been close. Good right hand again from Dubois. And Joyce walked straight into that. It caught him pretty flush. And an uppercut. And now comes the big toe-to-toe exchange. There and not Joe Joyce. Another good combination from Dubois. Tremendous effort. Tell you what though, Richie. Open for both men, and that's a good combination from Joyce this time. Those last few seconds of another dramatic round. And a round which I'm sure you're going to say that Daniel Dubois has won, Richie.
Round 7 sees another strong opening from Daniel, but Joe keeps his head screwed on, keeping his defense up to minimize the damage being dealt and still laying in a couple jabs when given the chance.
At ringside, that's how Rich is scoring it at the moment in Daniel Dubois' favour. It's Daniel Dubois. Fireworks from either side could still be decisive.
But to correct the volumes come.
Just wonder if Dubois maybe taken his foot off the gas a bit in this round, having put so much into the last. Joe Joyce just keeps plugging away. From Dubois and the right hand to follow up. Good round, both men having their moments and both landing big shots right up to the bell.
Joyce outputs solid damage with his jab through round 8, and Dubois by now seemingly has one eye shut from the punishment Joyce has been throwing him round after round. Daniel seems tired after a very strong previous round, and Joyce uses it to his advantage.
And Richie's got it by just 1 point in favour of Daniel Dubois. Good jab.
And yes, I think Dubois is still very dangerous. What to do? He stayed off. He's just probably favoured Daniel Dubois. As I say that, nice 1-2 from Joyce. Again, though, Joyce moving to his right. He's moving away from the shot. Get out of it, John.
It's better left-hand lead from Dubois that time. Round right the way up to the bell. Some punishing shots in the last few seconds of that round.
Many theorized that if the Juggernaut could weather the storm of the early missile punches of Daniel, he'd win the fight with a late knockout, and it seemed the theories were finally starting to gather some weight as Dubois struggles to see, let alone land punches.
And on Rich's card now absolutely level, but Joyce looks the strong brightly as we
hard enough, and he's just being outworked a little bit.
Oh dear, it's the left eye and he's gone down, and down he goes, and it could be that it's all over right here. He's had enough, he doesn't want any more, and so it proved. Joe Joyce, with the accuracy of the left-hand lead, has bossed this fight in the closing stages.
It's revealed that Joyce had fractured Dubois's eye socket potentially as early as 3 rounds in, and after battling through it for so long couldn't risk taking any more damage. Joyce is the victor, and his resume becomes a lot more respectable, beating one of the best young talents in the heavyweight division. Dubois eventually admitted he'd like a rematch and was insistent that he would beat Joe Joyce, to which the Juggernaut was surprised by, pointing out how if he can force him out of the ring in the first fight, he could do it again.
Definitely, I want revenge. I want to get him back in the ring and right the wrong and put it all right, correct my flaws, and before I get in the ring with him, hopefully he wins a world title or something and we get it on.
I remember seeing some quotes quite recently from Daniel Dubois saying that you didn't beat him up that badly in that fight. Did you see that? What did you make of it?
All right, well, why did he take a knee for his eye, mate? Dubois talks a lot of shit, man.
If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more from Boxing After Dark, feel free to subscribe to the channel and don't be afraid to drop a like and comment. Thank you for watching.